Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Walls and Ceilings, and welcome to If Walls Could Talk. I'm so honored and excited to have with me my good friend Dave Mistler, who is the product manager of the Fire Acoustics product line at CEMCO. Dave, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you, Jill. Appreciate it. And good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I'm really excited about this conversation with you because first I want to start off with I want you to talk about some industry trends that you guys are seeing at CEMCO.
Oh, sure. Thank you. And specifically the fire and acoustic joint product line.
Yeah.
Last several years, there's been a significant trend to really improving or requiring some increased movement capacity in these joints.
Yeah.
So that's an area that CEMCO has focused on for years with our preformed fire and acoustic product line, but it really coming to fruition now and seeing it actually carry over into the design of structures. One particular application, as we've all been hearing with the data center industry projects that are going on today.
Yes, there's a lot of those happening for sure.
Yeah, so movement of upwards to 3 to 4 inches at these head of wall joints.
Okay.
Which is quite dramatic compared to what the industry has used historically in the past. So
yeah.
Developing products and solutions and systems for those type applications.
Okay, and so you guys have that. It's great to hear you guys have that solution for the head of wall. And why does it move so much?
Yeah, so a lot of the design criteria now they're going into with these roofs where they deflect a lot more or heavier loads for equipment, again, especially in the data center projects.
Oh, yeah.
But even in commercial buildings, we're seeing that. Seismic areas where there's more emphasis put on movement in the joints where it maybe not had been as much of a criteria in the past.
Well, that makes sense because I was on a big roof last summer, and there's vehicles on the roof, so it makes sense that there would be a lot of movement. It was kind of bizarre to see a golf cart.
Vehicles, and then also in areas where we have a lot of snow load, wind lifts, and those type things. So
and
different
Michigan,
aspects.
For sure, Michigan right now and Midwest, as we talked about
Definitely
before.
getting it.
Well, the next thing I really want to talk about, I'd love you to dive into some details on fire stopping because we all know how important it is for fire stopping.
Appreciate that. Yeah, the fire and life safety aspect has been ever increasing in awareness in design since the early 90s. Certainly have had different structure fires over the last 15 to 20 years that have emphasized that even more.
Right.
So the fire resistive joint applications have definitely become more prevalent. Codes have started to influence the development of products over the last 15 years or so in that arena as well.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we at CEMCO have been really leading the industry when it comes to preformed fire resistive joint products.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's fun, it's exciting. So the contractor trades are adopting it. We're starting to see a lot of interest in the longer warranties for these type products that CEMCO can offer, and as well as we talked earlier, the movement and deflection that we're seeing.
Yeah.
The other attributes of the preformed products is the labor savings. So
that's important too.
Having been a previous contractor, we try to move the needle toward the profit side as much as we can.
Well, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
And products, you can work on that, but really the labor aspect of the industry is where we really start to move the needle and influence the bottom line. So again, fortunate in that our products that we're developing are really leaning in that direction and helping the contractors have more profitable job results.
Yeah, well, I know you guys spent a lot of time researching that and gotten some great feedback from the contractors, which is really exciting. And the next thing I really want to focus on, I'd love you to talk about too, are your auxiliary products, because there's a lot that goes into you got fire stopping, you got movement, and then even you guys do a lot at CEMCO, so we don't want to just stop there.
We do. Thank you. Yeah, and we're a cold form steel manufacturer, and that's really our strength. But the fire and acoustic side of our business has definitely been growing. And to the point of auxiliary products and performance, not just only fire-resistive joint applications, but products that address the acoustics and sound transmission in buildings. And that really applies to our fire products as well, too. So, as a general rule, we hope there's never a fire in a building, right? That's the best scenario we can have.
Yeah.
So on a day-to-day basis, these products have to provide sound performance. They may also be at times exposed to water if there's pipe breaks and those kind of things.
Okay.
So the attributes of these products also need to be mold prevent and the propagation of mold. So all of these attributes are really becoming more and more of a performance criteria, whether it's fire or acoustic related applications. So again, an area that we are focusing heavily is on the sound side of the industry as it relates to the joint applications at CEMCO that we focus.
Yeah, that's awesome. Lots of important attributes there. Well, where does before we close out here though, let's talk more about your website and the resources that you have, because I was poking around and there's a lot of really cool video. You got a lot of great resources on your websites. Can you talk about that?
We do, and I can't take credit for that. We've got a great team behind us that helps with a lot of that marketing and the development of that. But www.cemcosteel.com, and then in our resource button, and also
Yeah.
the product pages. But on those sites, we have specific information for each product. Also under the resource area, an area for architects, for contractors,
Yeah.
to access our engineering and technical support team.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you. Also documents such as engineering judgment submission forms,
Okay.
information on systems and solutions across the entire CEMCO product portfolio. So a good resource, we feel, and trying to continually improve it as we're seeing in the
Yeah.
industry more and more demand for that type of support. So we're
Well-
definitely working to improve that area as well.
Well, we'd love to help you drive some traffic to that because resources, it's amazing how much time manufacturers like you put into those resources, and it's great to help you promote that. So it definitely helps the contractor and the architect. So thank you for all you're doing there.
Thank you.
So again, if anybody wants to find out more, what's the website and your social media channels?
www.cemcosteel.com, and we're heavily active in LinkedIn.
Okay.
So we do a lot of posting, and then also with the association. So we're
Yeah.
very active with you all and appreciate that support and the opportunities you all present as well.
Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, David. And if anybody has any questions for us, it is wconline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content. Follow us on our social media channels as well, so you can stay up to date on all the great interviews we are doing, like we are today with Dave at CEMCO. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy. We'll talk to you soon. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.